Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and greetings to all. My name is Amira Zakia binti Rosihidin and I will be presenting about our topic which is planning a data center. In this topic, we will cover about the introduction, data center characteristic, data center sustainability, data center property market, and data center issue. Data center is a specialized space equipped with electrical and mechanical infrastructure designed to process, store, manage, and exchange data. It is a vital element of business and social life as most networks depend on it. In planning a data center, there are several aspects that needs to be focused on, which are characteristic, sustainability, property market, and issue related to data center. The characteristic of data center focus on the physical environment of the data center, such as the building and its necessities. For the characteristic, specific design need to meet the global standards that can save time and cost. Firstly, the space of the data center should be able to place a lot of computer hardware and machines that runs the whole data center. Secondly, the architectural design is important to ensure the performance of the data center with a productive building. The architecture also need to consider the availability of space area for port density, access layer, capacity, and any other areas. Third, geographical choice to establish a data center must be beneficial. Locational factor assures the access to large reliable power supply and quality telecommunications to a data center. For the equipment, the necessities for data center includes the apparatus for storing the configuration of the virtual interface. The most common equipment needed by data center is the hardware resources of a computer, the CPU, RAM, hard disk, and network controllers. The aspect of infrastructure in data center should be considered to ensure the sustainability of data center in organizations. In essence, in the data center comprises three subcomponents, which is the IT infrastructure, power infrastructure, and cooling infrastructure. IT infrastructure. The main component in IT infrastructure is the server, networking equipment, and storing devices. A server often used as the equipment as an access network, integration of workloads, and stabilization. In addition, the networking defines a communication inside the data center with three-layer routers that interact the data center to the internet as well as the rest of the network infrastructure, while a storage device is a part of equipment utilized mainly for data storage. Power infrastructure. The purpose of power infrastructure is to supply unrestricted, conditioned power at the proper speed and intensity to the IT hardware operated in the data center frame. Cooling infrastructure. As we know that all IT infrastructure can be heated from time to time. A cooling system is a must in all data centers to ensure the data center cooling infrastructure is responsible for discovering the temperature to reduce the heat of the IT hardware. Data center must have its own facilities that serve different purposes or operations. Facility allows several functions to be gathered and get focused. Security of the data center should be a high concern since data center is a place that store important and confidential data that should not be leaked to outsider. Surveillance system is a must to ensure the first level of protection from unknown authority. Data center can install a CCTV that monitor the area of data center inside and outside. Furthermore, the backup server control plane acts as a client control plane to obtain configuration from the active server control plane. Data center sustainability. Basically, sustainability is defined as meeting human needs without affecting the ecosystem. The operation of data center connects nature and human beings and emphasizes that social and economic developments are inseparable from the natural environment. The sustainability of data center is measured using the stochastic Petrinian SPM models. This model is appropriate to show different modes of action and diverse redundancy issues where it can be used as a tool that must be applied in each data center. Next, the Energy-Based Life Cycle Assessment LCA. It provides a better indication of the first sustainable development effects of data centers on the machinery or hardware. LCA is a reasonable method to quantifying sustainability practice. Data center property market. The first one is property investment implication for data centers. Data centers have the potential to produce worthy investment profit, especially for the investors. It is able to blend with the constant technology advancement and may be able to provide massive accommodation for data traffic and data creation investment is kept flowing. That being said, it is too early to be verified as a total success as it is still in a maturing stage among the institutional property industry. Next, significance of data center investment. A country can focus on creating regulatory policies that are more favorable to businesses. It can focus its policy on long-term investment in innovation and education to increase its human capital. To impose requirement on foreign businesses that want to cater the country's pop. Next one is favorable business policies. Tax policy as a major way that countries can attract foreign investment, and it is true that favorable tax law can be attractive to investors. There are many regulatory policies other than tax law that can attract foreign businesses. A country's competition laws, labor laws, and intellectual property laws can also increase investment incentives. To shaping policies, which is to reduce costs to business owners, a government can also choose to subsidize more desirable activities such as investment in R&D or in the development of research parks. The last one, long-term investment. Attracting business and foreign direct investment may lead to short-term gains, but these alone are likely not to be enough for sustained economic growth. A country that has a reputation for R&D and innovation may also appeal to foreign investors who find this trend attractive, and thus R&D investment might have long-term payoff for IT sector. IT-related R&D may improve the country's IT sector even in the absence of FDI. The connection between education and human capital is largely self-evident, with a stronger education system likely leading to a more knowledgeable workforce. Supported research and protection of intellectual property may provide both opportunity and incentive for the country's brightest mind to engage in innovation activities within the nation's borders. The issues in data center is the energy issue. Building up a data center needs a huge amount of power supply to run the server and for cooling. Therefore, new data center must take the initiative to use energy efficient system from cleaner and more sustainable sources. Developer can utilize the cold and mild climate location for cooling the server. The building design should reduce carbon dioxide emission and save energy to prevent environmental issues. Design of the building should be remain environmental friendly. For the conclusion, building a data center requires a proper planning to ensure that all the business and operations are going smoothly. Every aspect is important to provide a comfortable working place with effective system. It requires a lot of preparation from budget, R&D, and data safety. Several issues must be overlooked to prevent further problems during data center operation. That's all. Thank you.